Hello everyone, this is Piyush. Welcome to my channel. In this video, let's look at how to file your amended returns for your federal tax. So without wasting any time, let's get into it. Before filing an amended return, let's first understand what it is. In simple terms, an amended return allows you to clarify your mistakes in your original tax filing. So if you remember, we filed the 1040 NR for non-residents, and if there's some change to your income or you forgot to attach any supporting documents, this is where amended return comes in handy, and there's a chance that you can rectify your mistakes because particularly on visa, we want to make sure that our tax papers are correct so that no issues pop up in the future. And as you all know, tax filing can sometimes get complicated and we might forget to add some things. I want to give out one disclaimer: this video is only for educational purposes. I'm not a tax professional, but this is how I filed my amended return. So you can definitely refer to this. But if your tax situation is more complicated than me, I would suggest you visit a tax professional at a university or any paid agent. The next question is, should you actually file an amended return? So IRS has an interactive tax assistant where they ask you a series of questions and they will let you know if you actually need to file an amended return. In this year's tax filing, I messed up with some numbers, which is why I have to make an amended return. This is so ironical considering that I make tax filing videos and tell you all to double check your forms to make sure everything is done correctly. But don't worry, none of my videos are wrong conceptually. It's just that I put the wrong amount in the income section. So my California income was 38,291, but instead I put 38,921. This seems like a silly mistake which I could have avoided by double checking, but that's how it is. And it's a good learning experience for me on how to file an amended return just in case you make any mistakes in your tax filing. When it comes to amended returns, there is only one form, that is 1040X. This is applicable for citizens, residents, as well as non-resident aliens. A thing to note is that the form 1040X is only for making changes to your federal taxes, but you have to make a separate amended return if you make any mistakes or have to make any changes in your state tax forms. Now talking about the deadline, we know that tax filing deadline is usually around 15th April of the year, but for making an amended return, IRS has a deadline of within 3 years of your tax filing or 2 years after you paid your tax, whichever is later. So you don't have to be stressed about this, but I would suggest you do it as soon as you come to know that you have some mistake or have to make any changes in your original tax filing. There are two options to send your amended return. One is electronically and second is by mail. I'm not sure about the electronic filing because the IRS website says that you have to file it electronically using tax filing software. So I think you have to approach some agent, like paid agent, who will file it electronically for you. But if you are filing by paper, you can do it yourself. This year I'm filing the amended returns by mail. So there are different set of instructions if you are filing it electronically and different set of instructions if you are filing it by mail. Now I will start sharing my screen and let's look at how to fill your 1040X. The first step is to download the form 1040X. This is what the form will look like. This doesn't mention the year, so it's your duty to put the year in this section. I was filing an amended return for the year 2023, so I will enter that. Enter your first name, last name as per the form 1040 NR. Enter your social security number. Then enter your home address. The next section is selecting your filing status, which is the same for me as per my 1040 NR. So I will select this. So if you're filing the form 1040X by paper, you don't have to fill any of these, so you can just leave it blank. If you are not filing it by paper and you are filing it electronically, you have to fill all of these lines and all of these columns, but filing by paper, you can just keep this portion blank. Let's move to the next page. The dependents portion is also left blank as per the instructions by IRS. You directly have to fill the part 2, which is explanation of changes. So there is no set rule on how to write this explanation. Just try to explain it in as plain language as you can. So I entered my explanation right here. You can enter your occupation student, your phone number and your email address. Once you print out the form, make sure you put your sign here and also put the date here. And that's it for your form 1040X. After you fill the form 1040X, the next step is to fill the same forms that you filled for your original tax filing for federal taxes. So the main form is form 1040NR. The only difference here is you have to enter a text box across the top of each page saying amended, just so that the authorities know that you are filing an amended return. And this is one of the steps that is described by the IRS, so make sure you add amended in each of the pages and fill the forms in the similar manner you did and make the necessary changes. So for me it was change in my income, so I made that changes. As you can see, I added amended in all the pages. I added in this side because this is a landscape page and it will be rotated when you print it out. So that's it for your tax filing for amended returns. If you have Glacier software access through your university, your task will be easier because you can just delete the previous form and add the new one with the new values. But if you're filing it manually, you have to go through all the steps again. But it's not that difficult and you can follow the same steps as I described in my other video. As you saw, filing the amended return is not that difficult. It was the first time for me, so it was again a good learning experience for me, and this is how you can file your amended returns for free. Make sure you print this form and sign and put your date wherever required. The IRS has a set of instructions where they say what documents to fill and what order to follow if you are filing it by mail. If you have already received a notice from IRS stating that you need to file amended returns, they would have given you out an address where to send these documents. But if you are filing an amended return to change your 1040 NR, you can send it to the same address as you filed your original taxes, that is this. Make sure you double check it this time because we don't want to file an amended return again. This time try to make it as accurate as you can and attach all the documents that you missed in your original tax filing. Comment down if you have any queries, like and subscribe my channel if you find my content useful. Share this video with your friends who have made a mistake in their tax filing so that this video helps them. Thank you again for watching this video. Until next time.